Hey, what's up, everybody? So in this video, hopefully I'm going to go through a lot of the tickers you guys posted so far on the trade floor. I see BAV, Tesla, mRNA, Amazon, Roku. We already posted about Roblox, so I don't have to cover that one again. Snap, we're going to have to check that out. And then also FSOI from Ripcord. Ripcord's killing it, guys. You guys got to take Ripcord as a good example. You know, he's going in there and he's posting and he's making sure he posts every day, holding himself accountable. Go engage, everybody. But let's go through these, though. So let's start off with Tesla, since that was the first ticker I just saw you post. I like the big one. I like what Price has been doing recently. We end up trading a lot of this with day trading levels, but Price was coming to a big squeeze. You can see this big pop finally happened. It kept holding this higher low here. Ended up jumping off of it, looking like those semiconductors I was looking at, where it has that kind of gap up soldier look to it. But again, it kind of has that retracement look to it, to where if it doesn't end up popping this common resistance, it's going to retrace to its primary trend line. So a big thing to look at on Tesla this week is above 689 or under this candle's midpoint right here, which is about 665, 664. And you can watch that for a retracement to the major trend line right here. I mean, this is a big trend line it's trying to hold on top of now from recent trends. So I'd be looking at those levels for Tesla. Next one I see is mRNA. You guys have been killing mRNA's analysis. I didn't even have to do this. You guys really posted eBay, mRNA, Visa, BA lately, like really well. All of you have been covering it very well. I almost haven't had to cover them. So amazing work. That's amazing teamwork. Good thing to notice here, though, is it's definitely overextended. This is off of good news. It's leading towards earnings. I would be waiting on this one before getting into bigger plays on this. Again, anything playing up to earnings is going to be earnings related. And again, that's only 4 days away. Going into tomorrow, you'll only be 3 days away, and that's before market on the 5th. So really, you don't have a lot of time to trade this. I would wait till afterwards. But levels, just going off the facts, though, let's look at the facts. You have a good major support here, 332. Really, this whole area is a major support for Price, and then you have your common resistance, which really is only the all-time high at 362. So it's really the only levels you can look out for above 362 and previous day high, I should say. I would be looking at psychological levels at 365, 370, 375, 380, and so on if you are intending to play a further bigger move up. So that's what I would be looking at mRNA. Next one I saw was Amazon. Amazon took a gap down. I'd wait another day on this before getting into this, but I'm definitely going to be looking at support play here just because of volume profile. Let's look at that, actually. I almost promise this is near a big level of support. Yeah, so just from the 6-month daily, you are near where most volume is on the last 6 months. On the daily, you just crossed into the 70% where 70% of most volume is on the last year. So as you can see, there will definitely be a slowdown, in my opinion. So let's say this doesn't slow down. Let's say it just keeps continuing down. What are some possible levels? Let's just not lose our minds, everybody. Let's go mark some levels that make sense. Let's go mark some emerging candles. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, first off, I need to take that back off. Let's mark some emerging candles that are right here that actually help us instead of just freaking out or looking at, looking to keep shorting. Let's look at levels here. So let's mark some good emerging candles in this area. I also want to mark, because this is a really good run up right here, 50% of this, which actually we already have it. Nice. I don't have to do any of that. Let's mark further down levels just to get a couple more. We got most of them there. Looks like I didn't miss a whole lot. Good level there, good support before leading up. Midpoint of that candle, just about. We'll mark top of that gap range. Let's auto zoom back out. Let's go over to current price. Let's mark this recent trend up a little. So as you can see, big area here that I don't have marked. Let's go back over to the left and make sure I didn't miss anything. This big area right here. And yep, I did. We need to mark the 50% of this candle here. So it's about right there. Good resistance here from recent trend when it was dropping down. There's a good gap range here already. It looks like we have everything we need now. Let's go back over to where current price is. So tons of levels to go off of here. I would be focused on these most importantly, LRD, and anyone else looking to trade Amazon. So if you just need to screenshot the levels you have marked, these are going to be really, really good for day trading. I would give it a day or two before starting to get into this for swing trading, but I really would be looking at this to try and catch support, especially if NASDAQ and the other tech stocks are looking to hold. If you start to go look and you see stocks that even just relate to Amazon, like Etsy, different commerce stores, they're going to have, the same effect, because Etsy also had the same effect when it moved down. I would be looking at that, so when are those slowing down? When is tech rising up higher? That's going to help. That's going to affect Amazon in different ways. So a couple different variables there to look at on Amazon. Let's look at Roku, but Roku's analysis is most likely going to be similar to my ZM analysis. I think it's just due for a short-term retracement before popping off again. But as you can see, Roku, I would also wait a little bit as it's approaching its earnings, wait another day or two after that one, and then start to play it again. But tons of amazing levels to go off here for Roku. We all love Roku. Let's see here. This is really the new current trend. So you can see it's starting to work its way back to its trend line. Yeah, very nice. So what do you want to start seeing? What do I always talk about? You want to start seeing lowering volume, and you don't have amazing low volume. I'm not saying it's like low like down here on the floor, but relatively lower than the volume we experienced when we pushed higher and hit against this newly formed higher high here. So from recent trends, that is. It's not a higher high overall, but good move down though so far back to its recent support trend line here as it created that low, higher low. So you have your trends and around you have your grip around the price form now. But what's to look for next? I'd be focused on the levels more than anything as it approaches earnings. Start looking at it just for some day trades. But overall, Roku's looking good. I'm super bullish on them earning wise. I'm bullish on them overall, but I'm not gonna let my bias get in the way and start saying grab calls, grab calls. No, I want everyone to be cautious here around earnings. I don't think that earnings is something you should take lightly. Even when a great earnings and outlook comes out, the stock price can still drop, and you can have calls and IV and theta screw you and the price grow as far as you need it to, and you still not make money, so I really do put emphasis on staying away from earnings, let things just kind of sizzle, let things settle out, and then start to play them again as the IV settles more. But I see a few other watches we have in here are V, which I already kind of covered V in the post setups channel with Ripcord. He did an amazing job posting that. We covered mRNA. CTXS, you guys should definitely check out Sylvia's post. Very huge and awesome chart. I think what I like most about it is the spike in volume and then also the potential and the gap analysis. So really it's just gap analysis that you're focused on now. So focus on volume as you go to day trade that more. Snap, CSL Edgar mentioned that. Said Snap flagging on the 4-hour and Apple is accumulating on the 4-hour as well. And yeah, as you can see, Snap still sitting on major supports from what we charted last week. Really, I didn't get to call it out a whole bunch because it didn't do a whole lot of moving, but it is sitting on in a major crucial spot. So big break below 73.25. Let's look down here though. Let's remove some of these. As you can see, I have done a lot of charting on it. So yeah, I would be focused on that one major support from the gap there. But then also this common resistance here that it built inside of that range when it built. So it looks like above 76 is it's good to go. But either way, I think a big thing to note, and that Edgar pointed out, is that it's holding on top of a major support. He said flag, I agree with him. It's just trading inside itself, really. And you guys hear me talk about that all the time. What do I mean by a squeeze? Or, what is a squeeze? A squeeze is essentially something that is just trading within itself. It's a big balloon ready to pop that keeps getting filled up with air, so eventually it is going to just pop. And that's really what we're waiting for price to do. You're either waiting for it to break out of the squeeze and break this major support of 73.25 or break out of the squeeze and break out of the 76, 77 resistance to go to all-time high. So that's what I'd be looking at on Snap. Amazing post, Edgar. But let's get into the last one, FSOY. And then I'll let you guys have at it. If you guys want to send me some more tickers, I'd be glad to go through them. So let's grab our all-time range. So we have a good resistance in which price broke out. That's also above recent, or that's under price. So we have a good range now and under that. It's a good level there. I like that this is a good resistance turn support, which was also support turn resistance just recently. So very, very crucial level there at about 65-ish. Let's focus here on just recent pricing. Wait a minute. JK. Let's focus on emerging candles from old price history, because this will make our lives a lot easier. Auto zoom, go back to over here, just make sure there's anything else we can't miss, like there. I like these a lot. I like this level here too because it's a good little common resistance that held under for a day or so, and then it kind of built on top of. When it hit that new high right there and then came down, it held on top of that level before moving higher, so I'm going to leave that level marked as well. Tons of amazing levels to go off of FSLY here. I love the area it's in for buyers, though, because when I look at a trend change play, or I'm sorry, a gap fill play, I want it to go fill this gap. So I want it to go fill that gap. We're getting focused on this. I'm going to want price to go up, fill that gap. I want it to come down and either hold a 50% control point or a 100% retracement and then make its bigger move up. We saw this on Etsy. We saw this on Netflix, CM. Over time, we covered this on a ton of different charts. As you can see, price has gone up, filled that gap, came down, retraced. Now, where is it retraced to? So let's get a good common support that isn't gapped down to. Price started about right here, so I guess we could take down from that low. Common resistance. So where has price tried to hold? Price is pushed up, hit that gap, came down, tried fighting in this common area in which you guys always hear me talk about. This is why we have this different color, because this is where buyers can step in. So this is our trade on FSOI. As you can see below, 48s, 47s, 46s here. 47.50 is really, price can definitely retrace lower as earnings heads up. Just like Roku, I want you guys to wait on this more, but definitely set up some day trade levels on this. But big levels to watch out for are going to be that range there. So if you guys like this, send me some more tickers if you want to see some more, but I'll leave you guys with this for now.